Well, this is the big story in the NHL this season. Jets, 15 wins in their first 16 games. Quickest any team has ever done it in NHL history.
As of this recording, the Winnipeg Jets sit atop the NHL standings, leading wins and dominating every single analytical metric. On paper, they're a juggernaut. A team no one wants to play in the playoffs. But that's not a story here to tell. This isn't about the underlying analytics, record-breaking starts, cohesive team play, or even a Vezina-caliber goaltender. The real story is far more intriguing. By every conventional hockey measure, by every stat, by every analytical insight we know about the game of hockey, this team, hell, this city, shouldn't have a good hockey team. The Jets' roster construction, organizational challenges, and operating constraints scream mediocrity, if not bottom-of-the-tier team league, not record-breaking excellence. Winnipeg operates under conditions that would sink most NHL franchises. They're on nearly every team's no-trade clause / no-move clause. They lack the allure of major free agency, and yet here they are, defying logic, being a team to beat. How? What is the secret behind a team that seems built to fail, yet refuses to accept defeat? For small market teams, the dream is universal. Rise above the odds, prove the doubters wrong, and win it all. Of the four major North American sports, hockey arguably gives these teams the biggest shot at success. Baseball has just become a money grab at this point. Basketball is a star-driven league where if you're not winning, you're gone. NFL, though somewhat better, shows cracks in its partial model. Hockey, though, offers hope. With a hard salary cap and emphasis on depth over individual stars, the NHL gives every team, no matter their market size, a chance to compete. But even with that, it is still a massive uphill battle. Winnipeg, along with the other small market teams like Ottawa, Buffalo, Calgary, Columbus, faces challenges that go far beyond the ice. The Jets' ability to thrive sets them apart. Their journey offers hope not just for their fans, but for small markets everywhere. Winnipeg's rise is a testament to a perseverance and a willingness to adapt, even under the most adverse circumstances. But let's go more into depth of the challenges a team like Winnipeg may face. Winnipeg's challenges are vast, starting with their inability to attract top free agents, and in some cases, even keep their own. The Athletic always polls these player anonymous surveys, and one of the questions is, what is the least desirable place to play on the road? And Winnipeg, without fail, almost with unanimous contention, is number one on these lists. Year after year, the brutal winters, limited entertainment options, and geographic isolation makes it a pretty undesirable place to live. This sentiment extends to free agency, where players routinely choose destinations with warmer climates, larger markets, less taxes, or cities with more vibrant off-ice lifestyles that Winnipeg just can't offer. The Jets, even with their contention as of late, are rarely in the mix for marquee signings, and in fact most of these years have had the marquee free agents leave their team. Despite their passionate fan base, one that consistently sells out as of late, never mind, the Jets operate on a budget that pales in comparison to wealthier franchises. And that's not due to the fact that the owner is cheap. They have, objectively, the richest owner in Canada. But yet, the Winnipeg Jets' revenue is not in the galaxy of teams like New York and Toronto, who can spend to the upper limit of the salary cap with ease. Winnipeg must carefully manage its budget, maximizing value in every contract and trade. Geography is another factor that complicates Winnipeg's efforts to build and maintain a competitive roster. I mean, there's a literal meme that Winnipeg does not have an airport. This city is not a desirable place to live. With the harsh winters, remote climate, and as of late, the rising crime are a deterrent for many players, especially those with families or those who value a vibrant urban environment. But even when the Jets manage to draft or acquire elite talent, a problem that they face as of late is retaining those players. The allure of places like California, Florida, and in some cases even better Canadian markets like Vancouver and Toronto often pulls players away from Winnipeg. Over the years, the Jets have lost players like Dustin Byfuglien, who retired unexpectedly, Jacob Trouba, who requested a trade to just New York, Patrick Laine, Jack Boswick, who asked a trade to Columbus of all places, the return for Laine, Pierre-Luc Dubois, who wanted to play in Montreal, and didn't get his wish, and players like Evander Kane and Andrew Ladd, are also players who have transitioned from the Jets with a little hastiness. Each departure not only weakened the team, but forced the team to rebuild key areas of its roster on the fly. Despite these challenges, Winnipeg has managed to thrive. Without the ability to attract big-name free agents, the Jets have leaned heavily on the draft to build a competitive roster. This approach has yielded stars like Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor, and especially Connor Hellebuyck. There are also players like Mason Appleton, and the core guys include like Nikolai Ehlers and Josh Morrissey, all players who were drafted as well. From the 2018 conference finals team that made it all the way to Las Vegas, only 4 players remained from that team: Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers, Mark Scheifele, Mason Appleton, and the one goalie Connor Hellebuyck. So that's 6 or 5. I'm not good at math. That is a lot of talent leaving in 6 years. That signifies a rebuild, not a team that's managed to contend throughout that years. See how incredible that is? Our GM being able to change a core without really tanking. But who is the man behind this? Who is a man who's managed to thrive on these conditions? But there's one man at the heart of this, who since the founding of Winnipeg, right, in 2011, has been here from the beginning. His name, Kevin Cheveldayoff. Since taking over in 2011, Cheveldayoff has implemented a strategy rooted in patience, smart trades, and strong drafting. While his approach has been criticized, as his nickname is literally Kevin Take a Day Off, it has allowed Winnipeg to weather adversity without resorting to rash decisions. Cheveldayoff's tenure is defined by his ability to adapt and retool the roster in the face of significant challenges. When the Jets lost Laine and Roslovic, Cheveldayoff orchestrated a trade that brought in Pierre-Luc Dubois, and when he lost him, he was able to get Gabe Vilardi and other core depth pieces along with him. Similarly, the departure of Jacob Trouba yielded a first-round pick that became Heinola, and Neil Pionk, arguably the 3rd best defenseman, 3rd round pick for Dylan DeMello, a 4th for Nemesnikov, and a 2nd for Niederreiter, all players who have provided crucial depth to Winnipeg's already strong lineup, without costing the team significant assets. Kevin's ability to find value in his moves have been a cornerstone of the Jets' success, allow them to remain competitive without worrying their future. Also, his extensions has been insane. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Connor Hellebuyck, all under $8.5 million. And then you just gravy from there. No player is making significant money, which is insane for a team that's stacked like this. Under Cheveldayoff's leadership, the team has transitioned from a struggling franchise when they first came to Winnipeg to one of the NHL's most consistent performers. Every trade, draft pick, and extension has been a piece of a larger puzzle, all placed, assembled, and acquired over more than a decade. This long-term vision and belief in the organization's philosophy has turned Winnipeg into a model franchise for not only small market teams, but for all teams in general. Despite their success, from my perspective, there is some skepticism. Can a team without a traditional superstar beyond Connor Hellebuyck truly win the Stanley Cup? Historically, teams built on significant depth rather than star power have rarely hoisted the Stanley Cup. The 2019 Blues are an exception, and their story is often cited as a beacon of hope for teams like Winnipeg. However, such examples are rare, and challenges remains daunting. Winnipeg's reliance on strength in numbers rather than top-tier talent sets them apart, but also leaves questions about whether this formula can ultimately lead to the glory of Lord Stanley. For now, the Jets remain one of the NHL's most compelling stories. They have consistently defied expectations, and the ability to thrive under conditions that cripple most teams is a testament to resilience, strategy, and belief of one man, Kevin Cheveldayoff. Small market teams across the league can look to Winnipeg Jets and see a blueprint for overcoming significant adversity. While the future is uncertain, one thing is clear: Winnipeg has proven that success isn't about market size or free agent appeal, or money in this case. It's about intelligence and smart and savvy moves to stay the course. Winnipeg isn't supposed to be as good, and yet they are. As the Jets continue the pursuit of the Stanley Cup, they carry with them the hopes of small market teams everywhere. Whether or not they succeed in bringing Lord Stanley back to the North, their story will remain an inspiration. A reminder that greatness can emerge from even the most unlikely of places: Winnipeg, Manitoba.